Hello, beautiful people. I'm Maddox, founder of the Wild Woman Project and Wild Woman Fest, and I'm speaking to you today because we always meet like this at new moon time. And the new moon is arriving May 11th, initiating a moon cycle, which will carry us all the way through June 9th. So as we walk from one moon cycle into the next, we cross a kind of threshold or a doorway, and it can be a really, really sweet time to just be even more aware, more present, and even take time to reflect, take stock, realign, which is what we do in Wild Woman Project circles that happen at new moon time. So our theme for this new moon and for the entire cycle that we'll be sharing as, an international community is a continuation on our To Wield Love series, where we have been asking since last September and will continue to until next September. If love is the most powerful force on earth, how do we actually wield it? So we're sort of taking love and turning it and turning it and turning it and turning it and trying to explore all of its dimension, its depth, its height, its qualities, so that we can better understand it and become more skillful in our loving. Because obviously, the world needs as much love as we can possibly harness or channel or wield. To wield something is to play it like an instrument, or to use it like a tool or a weapon. So love is something, so this moon cycle, we're going to zero in on something about love that kind of points to its nature. So the name of this theme of our moon cycle is Love Grows. Love grows. That part of love's nature is that it is just like the plant world, just like the trees, just like we human beings. We're constantly growing, and life is everywhere, right? So love is, by many sort of mystic or religious perspectives, love is the organizing, unifying principle of all of life. So love is just like in the natural world, where you have plants which grow in the wild, and that growth is just organic. No person has to lay their hands upon the trees and the plant life. They just go, they unfurl. It's natural, it's wild. We have that kind of love in us. The places in our life where we can love naturally, where it is effortless, it is organic, it is by and large just easy to love. And then there's also, just like in the plant world, the love that we plant, the gardens, the seeds that we plant, the domesticated plant life that, whether you have an herbal garden in your windowsill or in your backyard, or whether you buy your vegetables and flowers and fruit from a farmer. These are plants that were intentionally by human beings planted so that we could have those plants in abundance. So there's some love in our life that has to be more intentional. That is where we go into situations, whether it's at work or whether it's in our local communities or whether it's in public discourse or in communication of any kind, like on the internet, where we can go in and intentionally plant seeds of love in, through our actions, through our words, through our presence. And even sometimes that looks like through our silence or through our absence can also, in some cases, be a loving action in a situation. So there are bajillions of ways to plant seeds of love. And, you know, it's both kinds of love. The kind of love that's easy and natural and organic, and the kind of love where we have to, we have to roll up our sleeves. We have to, it takes some discipline, it takes some focus, and we go and we aim to love better and to make the world, our households, our lives, in every way, a more loving place. And that's more like being a farmer, So this moon cycle, we're really encouraging gratitude, like a feeling and acknowledgement on this new moon and throughout the moon cycle, to just feel grateful when love comes easy, and to really allow yourself to breathe into that, and you can express it. You can say thank you out loud. You can sing songs, you can make art, or you can simply take a breath and say, wow, thank you so much for this love that comes so naturally. And then we're going to also encourage you to tend, and we're going to encourage ourselves. I'm going to encourage myself to be intentional in the planting and seeds of love, even when it's hard, even when I have to wake up extra early to do it, even when I have to map it out, even whenever it takes either energy or restraint, that to be really intentional about planting seeds of love. Because love will grow. Where you go to plant a seed, if you tend it, if it has light, if it has water, if it has rich soil, it will grow. And our love can grow. And we need love in every crevice of our shared life. We need seeds everywhere, 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 everywhere. And it does take discipline to be that kind of like gardener or farmer. It takes a lot of discipline. It's in some cases really hard work. So we can know that we're aiming to be skillful there, and then we're aiming to be grateful in the places where it's just easy. But to know that the nature of love is to grow. If you feed it, if you care for it, it will grow. Just like all of this green behind me, So yeah, that's the theme, There's a Greek proverb that I've been kind of rolling around in my mind recently that comes to mind in this moment. I believe the words are, society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they'll never sit in. And obviously probably to your sensibilities, we can shift that language to say, when old people plant seeds for trees whose shade they'll never sit in. So every tiny moment or big moment where we plant a seed of love, where we choose love over fear, love over hatred, love over cynicism, love over assumptions, every single time we do that beautiful and important work, it is not just for us in this moment, but it is for our descendants, it's for the children, it's for the planet. The more love we can get moving on the planet right now, the more likely it is that we as a species will rise to the many and multiple enormous tasks that we have ahead of us if we are to continue to survive and thrive on this planet. So that's your invitation. That's our invitation for this moon cycle. If you want to explore this idea more and you want to be with others in doing so, we have Wild Woman Project circles, which are new moon time circles. So they're happening around now, all over the globe. Some of them are happening online, and some of our live circles are starting to come back and be, depending upon where they are, socially distanced and in the flesh. So you can see 2 links below this video. One is for all of the telecircle times. So you can easily reach out to a facilitator and sign up for her telecircles. You can also find a full list, find a moon circle near you, of our public circles that are happening internationally, 23 countries all over the world. So you can find a circle leader near you, and when you go to a circle, expect to have meditation, sharing, intention setting, and all sorts of other, I'm sure, surprises and goodies. So you always walk out a circle with a specific intention for the cycle ahead. So 2 other things that are happening this moon cycle. On May 24th, we have an intimate circle called Committing to a Practice of Self-Love. It's guided by Amanda Petrocelly, who's one of our circle leader training mentors and the director of communications here at the Wild Woman Project. I will be in attendance there. So if that idea of committing to a self-love practice is something you want to explore in a group, that's online. You can join from anywhere. Scholarships available. And then finally, you can join me for Wild Woman School, which is June 7th. I'm really excited for this one. It's called Poetry and Practices for the Wild Heart. So we're going to revel in poetry. And for every poem that is shared, we're going to do a practice that pairs with it. So if any of those things sound like something you want to do, I hope you will find your way to a circle, find your way to Wild Woman School. And we thank you so much for being part of our community. I hope you have an amazing new moon. Plant seeds of love everywhere.